Hey, Jeff. I'm going to be looking at 49287716. Um, so I was during the course of the day, I tend to go over my targets as I'm working, and this one, this one seemed kind of interesting. So it's kind of like I had some, um, I don't know, I don't know if it's warning bells or what, but anyways, looks like a cool target. I'll give you what I got. Do a couple ideograms and I'll see what I can come up with. Yeah, with the parameters that you have, the environment, the location, the main activity, any notable objects or sensations. So, I mean, unfortunately, that's a lot of information that is going to front load me. And being front loaded is makes it easier and harder. So I kind of have an area I can focus on. It also makes it harder in the fact that now I have these parameters to look at. And what happens is I tend to assume, like, I mean, is this a moon base? Is this Nancy Guthrie? Is this like a target, hard target, soft target? So I'll do my best. Like I said, this one has a lot of interesting features, and I'm gonna do what I can to clarify it for myself before I get too excited. If I can't get past my AOLs, then we'll go with Plan B. But yeah, give it a shot. See what I can find. So let me do some ideograms real quick. Let me zoom in on the screen a little bit, and let's uh, let's make it happen. I'm going to do a little bit of humming and tapping my toes, so kind of bear with me. First up, I'm going to do some ideograms. Got a structure, energy, signal. So I got the structure, signal, energy, slope, other. So I got outside over. I have under. Got dead sleeping. I got slope twice. So slope 2 times. Oh, cool. Following. All right, so I got a structure, energy signatures, following, outside, under, people, other, slope, times, block. Well, these these are the ideograms I got. It just really doesn't mean anything. It's just that feels like this is okay. So if there's a structure there, there would be something that is something that is made. My shield. One of the things I keep, I and I don't know if this is correct. Mm. Now the question is, what is that? So it's kind of like an opening, and but the thing is, it it doesn't feel. I mean, this isn't like a mine entrance. Well, I guess it could be a mine entrance, but I mean, this feels more like a almost a natural feel. That's my visual. Okay. So it looks like a cave with a almost raw opening, almost as a key. And it's just a visual of a cave, let's just say. So I've got kind of a grayish yellowish. Now I don't know if that means, say, I don't see any trees, I don't see any bushes, I don't see any vegetation. It doesn't mean anything. This could be just natural rock out in the middle of the desert. But that doesn't mean it's a structure. It doesn't mean it's man-made either. It just means it looks like a cave opening or hole. And there's a possibility that maybe this is like a concrete structure that could be. Like I said, the problem with doing this front loaded is I have a lot of I have a lot of um, targets that have the same exact um, setup here. So now I've got to fight those tooth and nail to get to 49287716. So as far as the environment goes, how about I just don't see a lot of vegetation. No. There was. So it's like maybe the vegetation died off. At one point, it felt like there was some vegetation here. Now the question is was this was this at that site or a different site? What am I looking at? I got the AOL the moon. Really does feel like there's open water though at one time, or at least water nearby, like a pool size of water, like a large amount. All right, environment. Exteriors, greenish yellowish landscape, and now it's like, is this the structure? Is this the structure where I can take this and run with this? Or is there an actual structure on the inside? Because on the outside, I don't see the structure. I see like maybe remnants of something like maybe old old tower or something maybe. But I mean, everything's pretty beat up on the outside. I wonder if it's like a like not an old tower. It's just it's old. Oh, here, let's draw it. So, anyways, this is like very old or broken, and it's not real tall. It's just I don't know. I'm trying to look at the top, and I really can't. I can't visualize. To me, it feels like the top is broken, so it's at an angle. So top broken. What it looks like is it looks like a magma chimney. I know it's not because it feels like a structure, but it looks like a magma chimney. The columns going up each side, and we got a lot of them up here in Washington. Oregon has some really spectacular plateaus that do the same thing, where it looks like it's a brick structure. Really fascinating. So maybe that's the structure I'm seeing. It's just a what I would consider a chimney or a broken tower. All right. Now the energy signature. Let's take a look at that. All right. So I'm going to sit. Well, here. Why don't I sit on top of that tower? I'll sit on top of the tower. Right. So I'm looking from horizon to horizon. Right. And I'm looking. And of course, one horizon has like mountains, and then we got mountains off in the distance. We've got. Okay. So I'm sitting on the tower, and I'm looking 360. Mountain here. Right. Right. So this energy signature that I'm hearing, seeing is like going going from side to side. It cracks across almost at the horizon. So I mean, it goes really fast side to side. So planes maybe. Um, I don't know. Pretty sure this is that cave, right? So on in the cave, there's clustered energy. So part of that is part of that is the people inside. Part of that is tech maybe, and the tech is oh the tech is what was I going to say? So you have the large pockets of energy that go from left to right and right to left, and then you have smaller pockets of energy, which can be people and people carrying devices or beings carrying devices. So let's just say there's from where I'm sitting, I'm looking into this area here, into the mouth of that in the hillside, and there's activity there. So let's just say whatever this rocky face is, there's like it's just coming and going. I mean, it just comes and goes. Yeah, it really feels like it really feels like a moon base, but I mean, it's probably not. Pools of energy, that's kind of a weird thought. It I have I have two large areas of energy. So when I'm looking from the tower, let's look east, right? So this broken tower here, and I'm looking east, then you have two pools of energy, and these are vivid and bright. And then you have various people or beings just kind of walking to and from. So I don't think these aren't stationary, they're just energetic. So let's just say they're bright. Let's say whatever these two are currently there is bright. Okay? It's so weird that clustered feel. It's like everybody is just in this area. Okay. Main activity. All right. So you got a store and storage, you have a transport, you have a library feel. So, I mean, and the library feel is like, you know, we're gonna go here, we're gonna do something, and we're gonna we're gonna learn. So weird because I'm getting like a flutter. All right. So I got like a library feel, and I feel that they're trying to learn, they're trying to gain knowledge, but they're also storing stuff there, and they're transporting a lot of stuff. tell you, I wish I knew what this broken tower was. I can't tell if it's stone. I can't tell if it's wood. I don't understand the concept of it. It just feels old. All right, so the main activity is to store, storage, and transport. So these are the main activities here. It has the um, library feel as kind of like an afterthought passage. So maybe this is like an airport or a near an airport or has something to do with transporting goods and materials. Yeah. That, and again, I can't tell what we're looking at as far as people and others. So I don't have a clear visual of its target. I don't have a real strong connection to it or even a feel. Any notable objects? Yeah, like I said, these two energy sources and these two things that are traveling to and from have uh, a feel. Um, I can't tell if it's the pilots or I can't tell what the energy aspect is on the two vehicles, but it's pretty interesting. So, objects or sensations. All right, so notable objects. What would be a notable object? So, I got the Horn of Horus. I have no clue what the Horn of Horus is or anything about it. Um, Let me make sure you can see all this. There we go. Okay. I don't know what the Horn of Horus is, and I'm gonna just put an AOL on it. Um, I haven't looked at the groups of people that are running around this place that are clustered. So why? So any notable objects or sensations would be the clustering feel. It feels, it's like everybody kind of gloms together. And then when they're together, it's it's just kind of a weird, really weird feel. So it's a very electric feel when these people are together. And electric feel, I mean, it just electric feel. So let's say I took a group of people and I put them all together. Okay. If I just took random people and I put them in a group and they interacted with each other, would I have this electric field? I wouldn't have this electric field. This electric field is like they can they've either worked with each other, maybe they're a unit, maybe they're a team, but there's more connection and there's more energy available. So that's why I just got a really wild feeling. So if it's a group, it's a well working team and they have really, really, really good communication. The problem is you have other, I mean, more than one group. You have multiple, multiple people. Anyways, you have smaller groups that work very well together and work with each other very well. And then you have other groups that are off doing individual things that are like there but not there. So I don't know how to describe that one. It would be like the if you're in a military base, you'd have a military unit, and then you would have the guy who changes the candy in the vending machine. That's the feel. Whereas you have a group and you have smaller groups that are off doing their own thing that aren't as high powered as this. Um, I'm going to take pictures of this and I'm going to send it to you. But what I'd like to do is I'd like to do it again. Um, my biggest problem with this right now is the fact that I've got a really hellacious AOL of the Moon and Mars, and I also have a kind of a military feel or a I don't know if it military feels right, but I mean I have the sensation of this is, you know, a possible target that needs to be tender-footed around, you know what I mean? So if I look at it again, I need to be careful. So what I'll do is I will ta if you're okay with it, I'll take another look at it and see if I can zoom in. Oh. I'll zoom in on the energy aspects. Um, if there's something you want me to look at in particular, uh, anything you want me to focus on, like this library or this passage thing, that is a really weird word because I mean, it feels like I'm using it to go somewhere. So I'll, uh, I'll shoot this to you. Tell me what you want me to do with it. Um, I'm not sure where this is located. I don't think it's part of this. I think this is a separate area, and it sure looks like a military green Quonset hut by the army. So, but yeah, if this is just simple. I mean, if this is like looking for Nancy Guthrie or something common and easy. You know, it's no big deal. But this is where I'm at. I'm just like I said, I'm just really loaded down with the my own AOL, but I'd like to try it again. So let me know. I'll ship it to you and we'll go from there. And if you like what you see so far, then we'll just keep rocking and rolling. Trying to get everything back. There we go. Cool. Okay. Oh yeah. And if it's okay, I'll see if anybody wants to join me on a little romp for through whatever that is. If you don't mind me taking it to a group Discord where we kick around all sorts of cool targets. Let me know, and I'll chit chat with you later. All right. Thank you very much. You have a good one.